Alright friends, welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. This YouTube channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord, and in particular we continue on with our peasant revolt here. We are role-playing, we have a small force of tier 2 to 4 units, and we are helping peasants revolt here. We continue to have 2 castles, or at least a castle and a city under siege. Mysia here, which was the city we took early on with our rebels here, is under siege. As you can see, Zuvan here is still in his potato sack, and we're going to dump our tier 5 units. I mentioned this before. Anytime that there are tier 5 units in our army, we're going to dump them. I'm going to continue to recruit prisoners, but obviously we're not going to be upgrading units. Intentionally not upgrading units is part of the difficulty, sort of part of the ground rules for this whole challenge. There's a number of ground rules that covered a lot of them in episode 2, but I'll periodically cover them as I have time to do so. Okay, so we have a sizable Northern Empire force, but I think we can either attack them. This is a problem. Now there's a huge Khazate force here as well. So if these 2 forces attack Mysia, we're not going to be able to defend this. That'll be 2,800 troops. It says Mysia is being assaulted by Athafled's army. It doesn't look like it's attacking the city though. It looks... It's not close enough to the city to attack it. It looks like it's attacking the Northern Empire army. What a twist that would be. Now, there's no question. It's this Khazate force, like a shark getting eaten by an even bigger fish, is attacking this Northern Empire force. So this Khazate force is obviously formidable, and it's twice the size of the Northern Empire force. Part of me is tempted to declare peace against the Northern Empire here and then attack the Khazate force, because it would sort of equalize. But I think actually it makes more sense for them to cannibalize each other, because effectively what's happening here is the Northern Empire is sieging my citadel, and they're being like Lord of the Rings style trucked by this Khazate force, you know, like the Rohirrim, even though we're not allied. Talk about strange. So I think, I don't know, Gauss Castle is not under siege. I'm just gonna kind of see what happens here with this force. The question, I guess, that I'm wondering right now is, what is this Khazate force gonna do after they eat this Northern Empire force? Are they going to go away? Obviously, Khazate and the Northern Empire are at war in my campaign, and that's one of the little intricacies of this. In my other campaign that this is a side branch from, none of the other kingdoms attack each other, and that's because I've been at war with all of them so long and kicking their ass in battle. But this is different because we have such a small force here. Our rebels, we're at war with everybody, but it doesn't preclude them from being at war with each other. And there's no question, obviously, the Northern Empire is being devoured here by this Khazate force. So we're gonna... I think we'll go defend Gauss Castle. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I certainly don't want to bait them into attacking me. So we're out of here. I'm gonna go defend the force that's attacking Gauss Castle here. And I can only hope this Khazate force fucks off. Yeah, the city has 216 defenders left. I think it makes sense for us to go to Gauss Castle here and stay away from this Khazate force. Yeah, so Gauss Castle has almost 400 troops. If they do siege Mysia, though, I'll be able to come back and... Yeah, they are sieging Mysia. Okay, so now I have 1,700. So both of our possessions at this stage are under siege. Oh, I beg your pardon. We have Atrion Castle as well. The forces there are being starved too. This is becoming a pretty dicey decision. So the forces in Mysia are starving, or at least they're about to start starving. Now Gauss Castle is being sieged down. This is basically pick your poison. That's a huge Khazate force. We could conceivably get inside to defend it. But I think it makes sense to let them sort of get worked on by the garrison there for a little bit and handle this force at Gauss Castle first. Okay, this is much more manageable. We could even attack them in the open. I think... Oh, now Atrion Castle's under siege as well. So the rebels are under full attack here, right there. All the kingdoms in Calradia are trying to put our revolt down. And obviously we're going to have to fight in tooth and nail just to fucking survive here. He's got a powerful force too. Well, it is pick your poison. They're starving at Mycia. They're down. You can see minus 149 food. We're starving. We're actually starting to slaughter animals for food. So we're in a desperate state here. This is like starving peasants, and we have to fight. This is like the Catholics in the 1720s in Ireland. Not a good situation. As you can see, our army here, you know, there's a lot of militia. We do have a fair amount of tier 4 troops, but we have an incredible amount of very scuzzy looters and Imperial militia archers. We're going to give this a shot here. So I think it makes... Yeah, okay, so the garrison's going to sally out with this. We're going to attack them in the open here. Let's give them a shot here. This should be the same battlefield. This doesn't look like it at all. Okay, it is the same battlefield. It's just a really strange location. It shoved us up in the woods here. Usually this is a big valley area, and I'm pretty familiar with this. I think based on how much infantry they have, we can do a kill box here. We can do a modified kill box for tactics in this battle. So modified kill box, of course, you've heard me talk about it before. If you watch the channel, guys are unfamiliar with it. It's basically targeting your enemy from multiple sides with multiple ranged units and then collapsing upon them once they're sufficiently weakened. So the first division, that's going to be sort of our primary infantry line, right? That's going to be not that many. I want it to be a good amount of troops because I want the enemy to approach our primary infantry line. The 4th and 5th archers will play a vital role in this kiting. It's a kiting kill box in this instance, right? We're basically going to be backing up as the enemy approaches. And as we're doing so, we're going to be pounding the enemy with ammunition, right? Pounding them with bolts, pounding them with arrows. We don't have that many javelin throwers, but we've got enough to make a dent in it. And I don't know if you saw, but I do this once in a while. I put archers in the 6th Corps. That gives us effectively 3 different big divisions with archers. Now this is a complicated tactic, and sometimes it's very difficult to narrate this while I'm doing it, but I will do my very best. We do have videos on the channel that explain this in great detail. I have probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 videos that give demonstrations of the kill box, including an RTS overhead view. I would strongly encourage guys to learn this. That looks like horse archers coming down. Okay, there's my nice slow maul. I would highly encourage people check out the kill box and learn more about it. There's an RTS overhead view of it and various different things that'll help you perform it. Alright, so what I have is I have 2 different cav wings that are going to be largely trying to protect our 2 different side wings. Our side wings are the 4th crossbowmen, the 4th division. It's crossbow heavy, that way they can go into a shield wall or a square if they need to. We're going to try to attack these horse archers here to try to push these guys away. This is way too many horse archers for a good kill box, so one of the ways we can obviously help with that is sort of threaten them and push them back. So over here's the 4th, and we're going to protect them with the 3rd Corps. The 3rd Corps is cavalry. That cav corps is strictly there, just like the other cav corps over there, to sort of repel the enemy and keep them from barreling in. Meanwhile, as the enemy infantry comes in, they're going to be barreling towards our main line because that's the most amount of troops. We will simply back up all our units. And I say simply, it is an incredible amount of micromanaging of your troops, and it does take a lot of practice, but it's devastatingly effective once you pull it off. Alright, so this is the 1st and the 5th. This is the 1st infantry, and they're basically just acting as a carrot here for the enemy. Their heavy cav is mauling our low-level troops, right? Not much I can do about that. You know, if they have a lot of cav and a lot of horse archers, a kill box even harder to pull off. And of course, they have super high-level troops in their army. All of these armies seem to be stacked. It's just legionnaires everywhere, fucking elite cataphracts. But that's the way we like it here. I don't mean to complain. I was complaining there. What a bitch. We like a challenge on this channel, so we're not going to complain about it being hard. Hell, we wouldn't try a tier 2 and tier 4 army if we were concerned about it being hard. So their infantry's kind of coming in broken up, but it's time to start kiting. So the 1st and the 5th get moved back. I can't really stop this horse archer division except to send cav at them. We can sort of occupy them with the cav division. These guys are pulling back. Now, while they're doing that, they're being shot by those guys over there. That is our 5th Corps. Those are archers. Excuse me, that's our 6th Corps. Those are skirmishers with archers mixed in. And I'm going to continue to kite with them as well. Now, their line has reached our infantry, and that's okay, because they're still getting shot from behind. That's what some of the red death spam is. They're attacking us with fucking legionnaires. We have peasants and militia, right? We're going to suffer losses here. Any kind of a win here would be acceptable, right? This is a very tough force. Ordinarily, this, if you F1, F3 this, you're definitely going to lose. In fact, you're going to get massacred. Alright, so the 1st and the 5th are backing up. Now on both sides of the enemy, you can see him over here. This is the 4th. It's crossbow. On the other side there, that's skirmishers, and those guys are firing javelins. Now the enemy is starting to form that familiar fishball. I say familiar fishball because for me, of course, I've done this 50 times. I know exactly how this works. Or at least most of the time it works like this. These archers are being mauled. I'm putting them in a square. So it's now a two-sided kill box, which is fine. We're still doing a lot of damage. You see, these skirmishers are actually somewhat behind the enemy, and the enemy will not be able to reach our divisions now, right? We're simply going to kite. Yeah, I just can't do anything about their horse archers. This is an example of a kill box in suboptimal circumstances, right? Ordinarily, if they have a bunch of horse archers, I don't think I would suggest a kill box. Here in this battle, we don't have much choice. It's not like I can just whip out my heavy cav division here and decimate the enemy, right? We have to use this tactic. Now look at the death spam. It has turned decidedly green as our tactic starts to be effective here, right? They're getting skewered and shot from every direction. You can see the arrows raining in. And despite the fact that these are legionnaires and have elite skills and a big shield, you can't block everything. Now the crossbow division is shooting them in the back. All right, so now they're weakened to the point where they can be annihilated by hand. So what we're doing is we're dragging in the 6 skirmishers, and you notice me telling, follow me. That's because I'm basically swirling in a big maelstrom of different infantry units here, right? The 2nd cav is here, the 3rd cav is here, the 6 skirmishers and the 1st infantry, and everybody basically gets sent to attack at once, right? This weakened infantry division of legionnaires, tough as they may be, if you're attacked from every side, you get destroyed, right? You see them literally swallowed up by our orange-colored clothing here, and they are dead. I have this gal here in a dress still shooting people. I've got companions that are literally wearing a dress, and we're just mauling a high-level Southern Empire army. Bring more troops next time, you fucks. Alright, so their vanguard is dead, their horse archers are mostly dead. What's left, right? Frankly, not much. Mopping up. So now we get aggressive here. We're going to start forming shield walls and move archers on arcs on the enemy here. We'll wipe out some of this heavy cav that's kind of skirmishing here. And now we're going to surround this force and hammer and anvil their asses. Hammer and anvil is where you attack them with cav from behind and infantry from the front. They're fucking running. Yeah, just like this fucking guy. You can run, dude, but it ain't gonna save you. This enemy force is running after their main vanguard was liquidated. I think they're running. Either that or they're reforming to a strange location. God, I need some armor. 46 damage. This guy takes from 1 arrow. So Zuvan gets hit twice, and he's off his horse pretty much. 3 times, maybe. Yeah, so no, they're routing. Some of their archers are sort of skirmishing, but their infantry is flat out routing. It's running sideways towards the edge of the map. That's routing behavior. I mean, it's like they're in between. Some of their troops are routing, and it's like their archers are on and off routing and running. We're going to continue the pursuit here. We're going to push up aggressively with all our forces, because if we can get them to rout, much better result for us, much less death. And ironically, yeah, I see you trying to spear me, motherfucker. It's also less upgrades, which is a strange concept, right? It's something I've been sort of grappling with this challenge. Basically, in combat, you get upgrades, and especially when you maul a big enemy force like this, your army upgrades. Well, I can prevent my own troops from upgrading, right? You have to manually tell them, yeah, I want to upgrade some troops. But my companions, and I have 3 companion armies with me with about 400 troops, they're very happily upgrading their troops. They're like, all right, now we got some tier 5 units, finally. And unfortunately, I'm committed to trying this challenge with no tier 5 or 6 units, which means, and this is very counterintuitively, if we win a battle like this with a bunch of low-level troops in my companions' armies, what's happening is I'm effectively losing troops. Because say I had, 100 tier 4 units in my companion's army and 50 of them upgrade, what I actually did is I lost 50 units because I'm just dumping them by the wayside, right? We're pretending like this rebel army of ours refuses to fight with noble and high-tiered units, right? And so look at how fast that gal's running with their dress. It looks hilarious. So what's effectively happening here is as we win battles, we're actually getting weakened. I love that guy just smoked a guy with a javelin. One for the road there, you fucks. But that is a conundrum. That's a conundrum I'm dealing with here. That effectively, as we win battles, ironically, we're going to lose troops. That's why you're going to see me take every single chance to recruit low-level troops. Now, fortunately, towns very frequently have recruits. They'll have, you know, tier 2 and tier 3, but it's going to be actually hard to get these scrubby troops. Look at these guys. We just completely mauled another very, very powerful legionnaire, you know, fucking stacked, cataphract. And we have very few losses, maybe 100 losses. I'll look in a second. I'm just sort of enjoying this with my men here. Hopefully, for someone unfamiliar with this is a good example of a kill box here. You see, we lost 130 troops, 141 upgrades. So we lost more than that many troops, right? Because I'm gonna have to dump some of these units. That is what it is. We'll just take that as an extra part of the challenge. We'll consider these guys mutinying, right? They're deserting. Our tier 5 and 6 guys, they know that we slit the throat of nobles for fun, and they want no part of our army. So we'll just pretend like instead of us disbanding them, that they're deserting. And that'll add a little RP wrinkle to it. So we're going to take all these fucks prisoner here, these fucking insolent Southern Empire forces. And this is beautiful. We love looters. We're going to take some looters. One of the comments that I thought was hilarious, a guy noticed that there was a looter holding an infantry line in one of our episodes, and he's got his little pickaxe and his rags for armor, and he yelled in a deep voice, "Hold the shield wall!" Right? These scrubby troops are, you know, they're getting militant on this enemy because they actually feel like they have a chance to win, right? So, I'll save you this a lot of the time. I'm going to be doing this occasionally. I guess I'll consider this housework. I'm probably going to continue this episode and make it a little bit longer than this. I'm trying to break these episodes up into about a half hour each, sometimes with editing, but sometimes it'll just be some sort of intermission like this in between the battles. Here you see I've got to gather up all these tier 5 units and discharge them from my army, right? This is it's an unfortunate part of it. I wish there is a way that I could tell my companions, nah, don't upgrade. I don't care, you know, if you have the money and you want to, no upgrades. But unfortunately, if that does exist, I have no idea. Maybe if someone knows, please let me know, like what button I unclick in a setting or something like that. Maybe it's something I can't do at all. But what I'm basically going to be doing here on a regular basis is gathering up all these tier 5 units and you know, tying their hands together and telling them, pointing them to the nearest imperial town and say, go, you guys are fucking discharged. And then, of course, after I do that, sharing some more of our ghetto troops from our army here with my companions so that I can then go out and recruit more low-level troops, right, to keep our numbers up to a reasonable level. Because obviously, if we have 400 or 500 troops, we're not going to win. Well, you just can't win with 400 mediocre and scrub troops against armies that are 1,000, you know, with stacked legionnaires and etc. Tactics be damned, right? Still, this is a definite continued success in our rebellion here, right? If these were real rebels, they'd be starting to dream of grand things like actually becoming their own kingdom. And of course, we are effectively our own kingdom here in Bannerlord parlance, right? We can form our own armies. We have policies and whatnot. But from a role-playing perspective, I'm going to say that we're still just rebels. Nobody's acknowledging us politically, right? Nobody's sending their diplomats saying, oh, hey, you know, what about those guys? I don't even have a name figured out for these guys yet at some point. Maybe at some point when I feel like it's a legitimate almost kingdom, we will upgrade the actual name of it, change it from the Graken, which is the name of my little kingdom from the campaign that this is spun off of, and maybe we will change it to, you know, something like the United Looters Front or something like that. But this is our next challenge, right? It's going to be one challenge after another in this mini series. Hopefully, it's more than just 3 or 4 episodes. Of course, if we get captured, that's pretty much going to be it, right? We don't have enough troops to recover, so this is quite literally like a do or die game. Save scumming. I have save scummed a few times, but mostly because I had an episode that went totally haywire with graphics. Anybody who watched the second episode saw that I had. I think it was a pathfinding issue with the AI at. Is at the Siege of Mycia, actually. Hopefully I don't have that problem in the future. That's really rare. Normally we have a very high-end PC and we have a nice fluent gameplay here. But I apologize for that. And in the future I'll do my very best to to just narrate these on the fly. Look, there's no garrison at Atrion Castle, so that's in bad shape here. But I think it actually makes sense for us to get inside this castle. They have some 13 or 1400 troops outside. I think it makes sense to break in and then try to defend from that location, right? We can be on the other side in Mysia. This time we'll be the defenders instead of the attackers, right? So that makes the most sense here. And with the militia and the garrison inside, right, we're going to have like almost 1,000 troops. Excuse me, almost, I guess, not even quite 900. Still, we'll make that work. And with just a brief intermission, honestly, because I got to go piss, we are going to have the defense of Mysia here against this Khazate force, this very tough Khazate force. All right, so we are back and considerably relieved, and we are ready to relieve the siege of Mysia here. We've entered this city, our only city, and we are going to play defense here against this Khazate force. And it's a tough force. 76 Dark Hands, 79 Khonsguard. I mean, we're facing this over and over again. This is a function of our campaign. The kingdoms at this stage of our campaign are very mature. And what I mean by that is a lot of their cities have 8, 9, 10,000, 15,000 prosperity. Their lords are mature. A lot of their lords are level 30, etc. You know, they have very powerful armies. And of course, because of the economy of Bannerlord, that means our enemy has stacked armies full of elite troops. Meanwhile, we got brigands, we got militia veteran archers, we got recruit foresters. This has been amazingly fun. I didn't actually think it was going to be this easy so far. And what I mean by easy is I thought there'd be a lot of very close battles. Kind of, to be perfectly honest, and hopefully it's not a spoiler if you haven't seen the upper episodes, but we have been just shoving it in the enemy's face right now. We have been kicking their ass to the proverbial curb, and we're going to see what happens here in this Khazate battle. Of course, any one of these might be the last one of the series. I may lose, and I will try to recover if we do get captured, but it's going to be basically virtually impossible. Now, again, we're at war with all 8 kingdoms, right? So imagine trying to recover while you're being toted around as a prisoner awaiting a ransom, you know, and your kingdom is being besieged everywhere. All right, so I've got the, let's see, the 5th and 7th archers. In a siege situation like this, what I like to have is I like to have archers down here that'll fire up on the walls, right? I want this 5th division right here. I want these guys to be able to light up the enemy if they get to the walls somewhere in here, right? This looks like a very flat-walled citadel. And there are advantages to that and disadvantages too, right? There are significant disadvantages. And you know what? I see the same kind of graphical errors happening again here. This will be really disappointing if it's the same kind of issues. I think it's a pathfinding issue because I definitely don't have issues normally. I mean, I run at like 100 frames per second at the maximum settings normally, right? We've got a ripping computer. I understand a lot of the guys watching this are younger guys. You know, when you get to my age, obviously you'll be able to afford a nice system, and I guess you guys are just sort of paying for it. You guys will be playing on like 16K systems when I'm like dead, right? You'll be playing with like photorealistic Bannerlord, you know, Bannerlord 4 or something like that. So don't be too upset. Just let an old guy enjoy his technology here. So it looks like they're already accessing the wall over here. Which is good and bad. I don't see my archers shooting for some reason. They may not have line of sight. So that's mission number 1 here, is to stretch these guys out in a way where these guys can actually shoot, right? The next thing is to try to figure out some kind of way that we can repel them from this ladder wall. And I'm looking around at my units here. I think we're going to try to sandwich the enemy from the other side here. I've got Griff here with his fucking, he's wearing like, literally it looks like he's wearing a leather vest and no armor at all. Yeah, the enemy is unpursued here coming up this ladder, so we're going to shove troops here and try to block this ladder access up. Get these fucking legionnaires off our wall. Look at my hammer. It took 4 shots to kill a legionnaire. It's very, very fast, but it's a tier 1 weapon. It's amongst the very many handicaps that we have in this little fun Peasants Revolt. I am literally swinging the kind of mallet that they would probably use to assemble like a wagon wheel or something like that, right? It's not made for war. but it is very fast, and I can beat the shit out of the enemy with it. All right, we're going to throw some javelins here. We're going to do some pummeling of their infantry. I think it actually makes sense if I can bind the enemy up, because then I can find some of those fucking exploding grenades and obliterate the enemy with those, right? We can do some major damage with those. Look at how fun it is to swing this hammer, though. You just obliterate guys. It knocks them around, it ragdolls them, and they have no chance of hitting me, right? Its speed is like 100 or 102 or something ridiculous, right? It's incredibly fast. All right, now we're going to try to block this up here. We do a little hand-to-hand here with the Khazate. Look, it just trucks that lord and kills him. This is my bigger hammer. This hammer is still very fast, but it's long enough to beat at guys at range. It's also tier 1, so the damage is going to be pathetic, but, you know, it's still going to be knocking guys all over the place. These archers just don't have line of sight down here. This is disappointing. It's actually sometimes easier in this case to defend a level 1 city, because the walls will be low enough that all these guys can shoot. Holy fuck, they've already blown the doors open. Are our troops pouring out it or something? I don't know where our troops... Okay, so some of our troops went out the door. Yeah, I can see them fucking... Those guys are dead, man. I mean, I don't know... Sometimes troops do dumb shit, but this is very bad, though. The enemy's pouring towards this door. I got to get reinforcements here quickly. Let's get guys in a square. Let's stretch archers down here and get a 2nd infantry division to try to pinch them. And we're also going to have to get our hands dirty here. The enemy's trying to pour through the gate here. Unfortunately, it looks like our... Whoops, he looked like one of... Well, he is one of theirs, right? He's a legionnaire. It's one of the enemy, right? Somehow that guy's in our army here, probably our companions, so it's no big deal that I smoked him. We'll just consider him, he was a spy for them, right? This is all elite troops, so we're definitely going to have to make a big press on this to try to close this door up. But I just called in 2 infantry divisions, and we're sort of sandwiching them. And these fucking archers, how come you guys are not shooting? Shoot your fucking arrows. I see some of them shooting. I just think part of it's a bad line of sight in this keep. This is a suboptimal city to defend. I've already decided. Like, I've been defending this city now for, what, 4 minutes? And this place sucks. I think we may even, a long-term plan may even be to leave. Like, we may fucking take all the troops that we can and all the resources and look for a different capital for our bandit capital. The archers here have shit line of sight and are really not able to support our infantry. We're not going to be able to win against elite armies if we don't use, you know, a combination of archer and infantry tactics and keep defense. So it doesn't mean that this siege is lost. We're still going to fight for our lives here. Fucking cons guards everywhere. Yeah, come on in, motherfucker. Have my fast... The hammer just like blew him across the fucking wall. Yeah, look at how fast it is. It's like 3 swings a second. But we're going to, long term, just pack that in the back of my mind and yours if you're following the campaign. We're looking for a different fucking city than this. This place is horrid for defending. I might need my 2-hander. I can't get drilled by a cons guard. One of those, just one shot from those glaive wearing this fucking paper bag for armor is going to be troublesome. Have I convinced anybody yet to use a hammer, at least for fun? It is effective, and of course, a tier 6 hammer would probably do pretty good damage, right? You'd be killing a lot of guys. I think actually we do have a tier 4 hammer. It's called the aristocracy equalizer, right? It's very egalitarian. Fucking, they have archers spread out. They have archers spread out. How come our archers are not shooting theirs? It's almost like we're on hold fire here. This keep is devolving into a real fucking bloodbath. The screen is very red. And at this stage, I'm very concerned that we can win this. Of course, if we lose this, not only are we captured, but we lose our capital city, and it'll be like a nice sayonara to our bandit rebellion here, right? Ordinarily, in real rebellions, of course, we'd all be executed. They would hang us from the fucking walls and let the crows fucking pick our bones. I'm already almost dead. Fuck. Oh, fucker. I'm switching to my longer sword, longer hammer here because it gives me a little bit more safety. I can attack I can attack their units at range, which gives obviously a little bit of space. There's a better chance I don't get slashed by a short, quick blade. The other advantage I have here, as at least our militia poured in here to sort of dike this dam, is I do have the RTS mod working right now, and the beautiful thing about that is I'll be able to just assume another companion, just like the first episode where we took over, I think it was Yelen or one of our axe-wielding companions. If Zuvan goes down in this battle, the battle's not lost. It's not AI taking over and being a disaster. What's this guy? No one's even fucking paying attention to it. Of course, my hammer doesn't swing down very well. Alright, let's bring in this shield wall. Let's try to really pinch the enemy here between these two different walls. The enemy has quite a few guys in the courtyard here. This is very bloody. I haven't even had time to look for those exploding bombs. It's just been such a scrum. It's like they blew through the front door in like 12 seconds. Just trucking guys with the hammers. It's an absolute joy to fucking use these hammers. Just have a fucking seat, dude. I'm in trouble. Getting pursued. When I'm in pursued, I break out the fast two-handed, right? And it's just a hurricane. These guys literally can't hit me. It's like I'm fucking untouchable. I mean, what was that, 4 or 5 guys, and I just fucking totally fucking ripped through them. All right, so this center courtyard is really their only breach. I can see that we have both sides covered, and the good part about that is, at least for the moment, our archers are protected. But it sure is fucking messy. It still feels like this battle can go either fucking way. Get the fuck off. Alright, spreading out our archers here, and this is effectively kiting. I'm pulling the archers back, but guess who's attacking the enemy as they chase the archers? Mr. Hammer Time. I just got shot, I'm almost dead. They're shooting at us now, that's very bad. Motherfuckers. I got 1 companion there fighting with me. Oh no, I got 2. This is fucking my wife, Gisselchild. This gal has 9, 10 kids. She has a kid and then makes me an omelet and kills people for fucking breakfast. What a fucking superstar wife. Alright, we're waiting in here. This is desperation time. I can't afford to be safe here. We're just gonna fucking hammer guys here with our hammer. Every 3rd guy gets fucking sent flying. Just got to avoid a blade. I can't get hit once. Jesus Christ. Charge! Send them all! Alright, it's fucking frenzy time. Fucking trying to stop our rebellion, motherfuckers. I see arrows flying everywhere. I don't know how I'm not getting hit. They still have a tranche of troops here at the entryway. I just can't close the gate. They have a thick fucking press of guys right here. Come on, get up here. Where the fuck is the rest of our troops? Let's send in the archers. We're sending everybody here. This is a total desperation battle. I wonder if I can find a bomb. If I could find a bomb, maybe I could blow up a big chunk of their troops here. Is there any motherfucker waiting around the corner here for me? God damn it, there's none left. I'm needed down there. It's going badly. Fuck. I got enemy forces fucking on this wall here. Alright, we're gonna have to rejoin the combat here. Motherfuckers. Ah! Fucking stabbed in the face. Alright, well. Let's see, I want her. Yes, control. No, her. Yep. Alright, here we go. No, fuck. That's not who I want. He's killing people by accident. Oh, sorry, folks. I'm not that familiar with the RTS. I didn't mean to do that. I'm shooting my own fucking guys here. I don't know how to switch it, so we're just going to wade in with this guy's. He's got a terrible fucking high voice. We're desperate here, though. All jokes aside, this looks like it's going to be down to the wire here. They're stabbing us with pitchforks. Fucking bastards. This guy's got an incredibly slow two-handed sword, but at least it does good damage. Look at this is like our Alamo here. We're holding this last little bit of guys, like 30, maybe we have 80 against 50, and they have archers. Fuck you. Look how slow he loads. I mean, it's like you have to wait. 1, 2. Yeah, this is fucking no good. All right, let's wade in with our sword here. He's getting shot to pieces. Fuck. Send them all. Here, let me emphasize his voice. Send them all, everybody. Everybody charge. Wouldn't you just charge in like a madman? Everybody charge to the lines. Yeah, he's toast. He has no chance in here. God damn it. All right, now here we're talking. All right. Finally, a competent fucking warrior. In we go here. She's got a bow. Let's do this shit. Let's show him how to fucking fire. Now we're talking. Whoop. Kill some more militia. That might be it. Where's the... That's it. Unbelievable. How many troops do we have left? What a fucking slugfest. Yeah. 50 troops left. They must all be up above there, because I don't see... This looks like 10. It's like we fought down to the very last fucking guy. There's fucking heads laying all over the place and arms and shit like that. What a fucking slugfest. But victory is victory, right? We will fucking take a victory. That means we're not gonna get hung from the walls today. There's arms laying all over the place. Fucking dead men. What a fucking brawl. That was fucking great. And our bandit army, our fucking brigands and militia and whatnot, apart from the few that I shot in the face, fought like fucking heroes again today. Dead troops everywhere. So the rebellion continues, right? We're going to continue to fuck up all the realms in Calradia. Bring more next time, Khazate, and we'll cut their heads off like these guys. We're going to have to get these walls fixed. I imagine we have some carpenters, though, right? We've got all these fucking militia. They probably do other things, right? Yes, she said. This is like one of my cousins or something like that. We're taking all these fucks prisoner. Stop. No, we're not stopping at all. You're all prisoner, and you'll be lucky if you're not beheaded. We should hang you from the walls. That's what you did to fucking our brigand ancestors. Oh, now here we're fucking talking. Evidently this... Oh, you know what happened? This is incredible. The Khazate force attacked and killed that Northern Empire force. These are all prisoners from the Northern Empire force. So, these troops will be happily welcomed into our army. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all of the tier 4... I was just going to say, we are so grievously reduced of troops. But I'm going to take all of these tier 4 and below, or yeah, tier 4 and below troops and add them to our army. We'll leave all the rest, right? We'll dismiss all these tier 5 and 6. We'll give them the middle finger, just like that legionnaire that I drilled with the fucking javelin right in the head. He looked like a traitor, and as it turns out, he kind of was a traitor, right? He's one of those noble units that's part of the aristocracy. We're not having any of those guys in our army here, those fucking scum overlords. We want brigands. We want peasants. We'll take some armor here, but I'm not going to wear anything that looks like that. Anything that's like plate armor. We're going to continue to wear leather. This guy's got a little ringlet belt there below, but other than that, he's wearing like fucking leather and shit like that. We will take this shit. Whew, man, these battles are exhausting, man. The close battles are especially exhausting. Emotionally exhausting, too. But hopefully they're fun to watch, right? If you're following along, this is hopefully going to play out like a great movie saga, just like my campaign. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's going to be fun while it lasts. So we will be back. Please leave comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you have criticisms, I'm all for that, too. That's fine. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as you know, I will talk to you friends next time.